really do truly listen to what you guys tell me you need help with. And when you have a request that comes in, and then like 2 minutes later, another client is like, I need to understand more about this. And then like the next day, somebody else asks, I know that it's time for me to highlight that thing. Even if in my world it feels like I'm highlighting the same thing over and over again. And today's topic could very well feel that way because we talk about it so often. So today we're talking about planning the automated nurturing for a practice member before, during, and after visit one. That's one category. And then if they leave the office, like they say, I'm done, I don't want to be here anymore, or they don't say that, they just disappear, that's another category. And then the final category I want to double click on today is partners in the community. I will say until the cows come home that the best, easiest, most long lasting way to grow a practice is by creating partnerships in your community. You figure out one, who do you want to be serving? Who are your people? That's what we call perfect practice member. Two, who are they already going to on a regular basis? Who are they frequenting? And three, how do I establish relationships, establish rapport with those people so that this referral back and forth system starts to happen? If you guys spend the amount of energy that you're spending on ads and SEO, on nurturing relationships in your community, you are going to win. I promise you that that's true. And I'm saying that on this end of 25 years in practice. I have people who refer to me, I don't even know who they are, but the people who refer to me refer to them, and those people refer to me because of the relationships I built 25 years ago. And then make sure that you're giving really great care. Make sure you're giving them the Disney experience every time so that they don't have a reason to say, "Oh, Dr. Jody, I don't recommend going to see her at all." Um, So those are the groups that we're going to be talking about today. And the goal is to be nurturing those groups of people. What do I mean by nurturing? If let's say that we're talking about the staffless practice world, and I have a client who is interested in having us build a website for them. And they knock on my door on Facebook and they're like, "Hey, I see you're doing some really cool stuff. Can you drop me a link for something I can watch?" Or And let's say I send them a copy of one of my books. And then wouldn't it be cool if 2 days later I could check in on them and say, "Hey, did you get to flip through the book? What did you think? By the way, here's the last training that I did." And then maybe a day later, um, I'm doing a voicemail drop, a ringless voicemail where it looks like I called them, but I didn't. And it's me saying, "Hey, it's Dr. Jody. I'm just making sure you got my book. I know the world spins real fast and we can get distracted and da 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 da." And then maybe a week later. Alex Hermosi is one of the people who I look up to quite a bit when it comes to marketing. And he says, he has quotes about this, but basically you're touching them every day for the first few days, and then you're touching them a few times a week for the next few weeks, and then you're touching them like once a month or whatever your regular cadence is, based on, this is important, based on your perfect person's um, rapport, on what would work for them, and you have to figure that out. That's where the work comes in. So if you're in my Zoom right now, I'm gonna drop a gift to you. If you haven't learned it yet, I love giving you guys free stuff. And I'm gonna drop to you a PDF of what I'm about to share. Okay. And it's called And Then What? Because I didn't know what else to call it at 5 o'clock this morning. Okay, so the first thing is, who is this all for? In our world of staffless practice, we talk about the perfect practice member. And the perfect practice member, it's also called your niche or your avatar. Niche is a more generalized term because it's more of a group of people. I want you to be so clear on who this person is that you know their age, their education, what they think about, what they look up on SIRI, um, what kind of car they drive, what book they're reading on their nightstand. I want you to know every single thing about them. Even if you feel like you're making it up, even if you feel like it's arbitrary and it's never going to amount to anything, I promise you it will. The clearer you are on the vision with this person, the easier it is to be to the easier it will be to market to them. The easier it will be to build. This is your foundation. Your foundation is knowing who your who is. And everything you build on top of that foundation is going to be so much easier if you answer every single question all at once. Okay. A lot of people are like, well, why would I need to know their age? Or why would I need to know what book they're reading? Well, how is that relevant to being a chiropractor in Chicago or whatever it might be? And I'm going to tell you that if you're about to build a house and break ground on the foundation of the house, and I start telling you that you want to know every single thing about your house, including what color is on the walls in the upstairs bathroom. When you get to the point in the journey where it's time to design the bathroom, you're going to be like, oh, I already have this done. That's why you want to do this now. You want to know everything about your person. Sheena, can you find Perfect Practice Member? Go staffless.com/, I think it's PPM1. And that's the exercise. If you guys are not already in my world, it's a freebie that I like to give to you. So, one, figure out your person. The rule of thumb is it's either you 3 to 5 years ago or the opposite of you 3 to 5 years ago. Why is that true? Because you just figured out their problem, you just figured out their solution. And generally speaking, it's part of the human experience to want to help people with what you just figured out. If we help people with what we just figured out, we learn it at a deeper level. It's just a natural thing. So usually we lean towards serving people who are going through now what we just figured out. If that's not true for you, if that rule of thumb does not apply to you, then say that you're in a elevator, only one person can join you in that elevator. You are in the elevator with them from floor 1 to floor 10. It can only be one person. It's not a range of people, it's not a range of ages, one person. Who are they? Who, what, where, when, why, how? Give me every detail about that person. If that's true and you figured that out, the next piece is figuring out what is their journey coming to you. So, where do they find you? Where do they hear your name? Where do they see your logo? Who's talking about you that they might have overheard? So, an example of this is my perfect practice member is my 30 something mom with the time, energy, and resources to give more and do more for her family. That's my person. And her journey to me is she's definitely heard about me in the Facebook groups because that's her main form of communication in my community. She sees my card around. She might even see a flyer at the local health food store. She's heard her OBGYN talk about me because we've nurtured that relationship. Um, she probably has heard a couple of her friends refer to me, like, oh, do you go see Dr. Jody too? If she's looking for a way to connect with other crunchy moms in her area, she knows about the groups that meet at my office. So another checkbox that's filled on Dr. Jody, Dr. Jody, Dr. Jody, Dr. Jody. So then when she thinks that she needs a chiropractor, and I'll come back to what I just said in a minute, I'm the first person she's going to think of because I've done my due diligence, right? When she thinks she needs a chiropractor, in my world, in my understanding, we always need a chiropractor. I'll always have a dentist, I'll always have a chiropractor, and I'll always have a girl part doctor, right? So some people believe that you only need a chiropractor when you have back pain and headaches. That's not true for me. So when she thinks she needs a chiropractor, I'm going to be the person that she thinks of. All too often, I have women come to my office. They don't know that I adjust babies and pregnant women. and they have like 5 kids and they're coming to me because their big toe hurts. You guys, I can't make it up, right? And I'm like, oh, by the way, do you know that I am a pediatric and prenatal chiropractor? And then she'll see during my regular hours all of the babies and pregnant women come to my office. And oh, I have 5 kids at home. I got to bring them to you. I don't know anything about that. So their journey to you is I want you to get in their head and I want you to get on their schedule. Like, what's their normal routine? What do they normally do on Monday mornings at 9 a.m.? Know everything about them. Where are there opportunities for them to hear about you, see your name, listen to you speak? That would be a podcast. Um, Watch your videos. That would be YouTube videos, whatever the case might be. And then the third thing that you're going to figure out, and let me just share my screen with you for a minute. Thing number 3 is, what is your message to them? So you've got thing number 1 is, who is the perfect practice member? We have something in Staffless Practice called the perfect practice member statement. I just told you mine, 30 something mom with a time, energy, resources, blah, 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 blah. That's my statement. 2, what's their journey to you? 3, what is your message to them? Here's the message. It sounds something like this, okay? Think this is the main message. Think this is the bird song. Think when you are washing dishes and the window is cracked in your kitchen and you hear the bird out song and it's outside and it's like do 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 do. That's bird song. What is your bird song? A bird song usually consists of, I help blank. So in my case, it would be, I help 30 something moms with blank, with the stress of their everyday life, so that blank, so that they can be more present for their family without or with blank, without having to figure out who to go to, or with with time, energy, money balance. So I want you to figure out your main message to them. What is your bird song? I help blank with blank so that blank without or with blank. Figure that out. If you guys know BNI, Business Networking International, you're supposed, it's like a group of business owners, and each person does, like, there's one chiropractor in the room, one dentist in the room, one mechanic in the room, whatever it might be. And when you introduce yourself every week, you stand up and you say, hey, I'm Dr. Jody. I help so and so do so and so with so and so or without so and so. I want you to know that until you're blue in the face. I want you to know it by heart. Okay. Now we're going to get, so now we figured out the who, like, who is it that we're doing all of this for? And this is called Flywheel. Forgive me if this is redundant, but it's never, you can never hear this too many times. So let's say that my 30 something mom hears about me in a Facebook group. The first thing she's going to do is she's going to look me up on Facebook because that's the platform that she's on right now. They're going to hyperlink my name. They're going to tag me at Jody Dinnerman. That person is then going to click on my name and they're going to start sniffing me out and checking me out and see what I'm all about. I want to give her something. I want to give her something that doesn't take a whole lot of time or energy on my part. And in exchange to giving that to her, I want her to give me something. I'm going to give her a 12 stretch PDF after having a baby to get your tummy back or whatever, right? I'm going to give that to her. She's going to give me in exchange her name, her number, her email, and sometimes her phone number. Now I'm in exchange with this person. Now she has become cold to maybe a little bit warmed up. Okay. She's a lead. She is officially a lead now. So she gave me something. I gave her something. That's the first spoke on my flywheel. The next spoke is, now that I have her name and her email and maybe her phone number, I want to give her something a little bit deeper, a little bit riskier, and I want her to give me something a little bit deeper and a little bit riskier. So my next notch on my flywheel is a 15-minute complimentary telehealth with me. I'm giving her more time. I'm giving her more energy. And in exchange, she's giving me her time and energy. Now we're in a deeper exchange. Now she's a warm lead. Okay? The next notch is even more exchange, time, energy, money. She's probably paying me in this next notch. So it's time, energy, money. I want her to come to the office. That's energy. I want her to give me 45 minutes of her time. I want her to pay me $200. In exchange, I'm going to give her more. I'm going to give her an exam. I'm going to give her an adjustment. I'm going to give her my space that I've created for her. I'm going to give her snacks and food and diapers and wipes and onesies and the whole experience of being at my office. That's the next notch in where I'm in exchange for her. Now she's a practice member in progress. Okay. The next notch, I'm going to give her more time, energy, money. She's going to give me more time, energy, money. She's going to say yes to my offer, my care, and I'm going to give her my schedule. I'm going to give her regular adjustments until I figure out all the way to the end of the notches what my ideal is. Lifetime care forever and ever. Amen. You have a spine and you have stress in your life. I'm your chiropractor. That's our agreement that we're stepping into. I'm going to give you this. You're going to give me that. So the idea here is that when they're in stage one, I'm nurturing them into stage two. When they're in stage two, I'm nurturing them into stage three. When they're in stage three, I'm nurturing them stage four, all the way to them giving you the perfect practice member experience. What I've been talking about lately is pre-pandemic, I could pretty much bet my last chocolate bar when Barb walked into my office whether or not she was going to be that person who was in my perfect practice member world. Like she would be coming in forever. Lifetime care, check the box. That's Barb. She just walked in. I hear the angels sing. I absolutely see that this is my person. These days, the past 5 years in practice, everything is unpredictable. I would have somebody, I just can't predict. And maybe it's because I'm aging. I have a hard time these days predicting with a new practice member whether or not they are the person who will be in my office in 10 years from now. I could have done that very easily 6 years ago. And I think part of it is because there's so much coming at people all at once. Most people have a 3-second attention span. So if we can take a pause now and make a plan for constant nurturing of these people, depending on what spoke of the wheel they're on, we win. We don't lose any of it. We win. Okay. So that's what I want you to think about. I want you to think about if you never touch this again, if you have your nurturing of practice members on autopilot and you know that you're taking care of these people before, during, and after visit one, your partners and people who have left your practice, what do you want to say? What do you want to show them? What do you want them to hear? What do you want them to watch? Plan for all of it. And now I'm going to give you some ideas because I know that that's where you're thinking, I don't know what to give them. What do I give them? So I made a flywheel highlight list. Get it, highlight, the highlight, but the highlighters. Um, I'm giving you 30 ideas of what you can give to them. 30 things that you can put on that list. I have some things that I use regularly, and I'm going to show you that too. But these are the things that you can pull from. So what I want you to do is print this page and highlight, yeah, I'd like to have a blog. That would be cool. Do I want a podcast? Probably not. I'm not going to highlight that. A website resource library, that would be cool. This was a really quick ChatGPT search, you guys. Um, the more you can have ChatGPT do this for you, the better. But this specific page, I want you to highlight. I want you to get the highlighter out, print the page, and highlight it. Um, TikTok TikTok tips, stories. I have no interest in TikTok. I never chose that as one of my things on the list. YouTube community. Yep, I do that. Email nurture drip sequence. I do that, and I'll show you that. SMS. Yep, I do that too. Texting sequence, which you guys have probably seen. Voicemail drops. I do that too. Retargeting ads. I don't like giving money to any multimedia. I don't like paying social, like the Facebook, Instagram. I don't like paying for ads. I feel like I'm throwing money away. Um, Sales team follow up, not my thing at all. I want to be the person that they're touching, but some people love the idea of having a call center for their practice. You might even, and I don't think I added it on this list, you might even want an AI bot to nurture your leads. That might be one of the things that you include, and that's something that we do here at Staffless, meaning that's a service that we provide. So I want you to print this list and I want you to just don't think too deep about this. I was just saying to Erin, she's so smart, she's going to overthink everything. Don't overthink any of this. Like, just say, what do I want my perfect practice member to receive when I'm nurturing her before visit one, during visit one, after visit one, if she leaves the office? If you're like, I have no flipping idea, then put yourself in her shoes and say, what would I want to receive from a new chiropractor, from a new PT, from a new functional medicine doctor, whomever? Okay. I promise you guys, if you do this, you're going to win. And it might not even be that this is what does it. It might be that you're just putting the energy into it and it's coming through the back door. I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet, but I know that it works. Okay. All right, so I'm also giving you like a list. Like once you've highlighted, you can fill in the blanks. Like for visit one, before visit one, what do you want them to see, read, hear, experience during visit one and after visit one? Plan it out now when things are quiet. Don't do this reactively. I'm also giving you an if they leave. Don't stop nurturing your practice members if they leave your office. Nurture them. Put them on a sequence. Send them an email once a month and tell them what's up, right? I promise you, if they think of you and they think that they need you at whatever time it is, they're going to reach back out to you. It's just a no for now. Think about all of the times that you've left somebody's practice. It's not because you didn't like them or because they smelled or whatever it is. It's just because your life changed and your rhythm changed and your routine changed. I think about my yoga teacher. Her name is Bonnie. I did a podcast with her like 3 months ago, if you want to meet her. Um, I go see her when my cup runneth over. I'll go do like 4 or 5 sessions with Bonnie, maybe once every 3 years. And then I feel like I've got my Bonnie fill, and that's all I need. I know that there are people who see her every week or every day or every month. I need her a lot for a short period of time, and then I won't talk to her again. Would it be better if I went regularly? Probably, but I'm the worst patient ever, right? Worst client ever, worst patient ever. I want everything done yesterday, and I want the exception to the rule. That's what makes me so good at figuring this stuff out because I'm who you're building this for. Okay, so I want you to go through this exercise. And now, what I want to do is I want to do a little bit more for my visual learners. Before I do this, any questions? No questions so far? Okay, I'm going to stop share for just a second. I want to get one more window open for you guys. Is this helpful? This is the kind of stuff we don't learn in school. I wish we did, but I had to learn it in the class of hard knocks, right? So check this out, you guys. This is where it comes together one click ready. So this is a practice suite. Um, I've been talking a lot lately about every every platform you use to connect with a practice member, whether you're calling them, emailing them, texting them, faxing them, e-blasting them, text blasting them, teaching them in a course, whatever. Every one of those platforms requires a monthly subscription and a username and password and the creative burden of learning how to use and master the platform. The practice suite is all of that in one place. Okay. One bill, one screen, one mastery. And the automations are going to be here. And this is where we can say, um, if I continue on manual save, I'm going to name it Jane Doe. And I'm going to say, this is the trigger. If I do this thing with this contact, these are the other things I want to have happen. The hardest part of all of this is figuring out what you want. And I just taught you how to figure that out. Okay. Once you have figured out your flywheel, your perfect practice member, your highlight list, as long as you can give that to my team, give that to this side of the computer, then we can make the workflow happen and we can put it on autopilot. If you're like, I have no flipping idea where to start this thing, Jody, and I don't care, just do it for me, we can do that. Or if you're like, I need you to coach me through what to say and then what to give and then what to do, we can do that too. So you can make a workflow here. And let's say that the trigger for this workflow is to add a tag, the word active. So every time I tag one of my practice members active, I can make 53 things happen. I can make one thing happen. And what I was just saying to one of our clients is any workflow that's more than 3 steps is going to get complicated. So keep your workflows. I'd rather see you have 30 workflows that are 3 steps each than 10 workflows that are 30 steps each. Because the more complicated the workflow, the more you're going to forget about it and your automation is going to get all screwed up. I've actually started using a sheet of paper by my desk where I highlight the name of the tag so that I can remember, because you start forgetting this stuff, right, you guys? Um, okay, so that's how it shows up in a practice suite. So if I tag Jane Doe active and I want to wait so that I'm not texting her at 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to do Sunday through Saturday from 9 to 5 a.m. And then I want to leave her a voicemail. And I can record a voicemail and make it so that if I tag her active, she gets a voicemail. And then I can say, wait 10 minutes and send a text, wait 10 minutes and mail a birthday card, wait 10 minutes. And I can also say, if she's been tagged, blah, 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 do this. And if she has not been tagged, blah, 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 then do this. That's where things start getting complicated. You can do anything from anywhere in this system. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to start planning out. I don't want this. This is a program called Miro, Miro, and Miro.com. And it's really great for like you guys can have, I don't want to move my camera around, but I have a huge whiteboard in my office. This is a virtual whiteboard. So I can say a new practice member, I want to go back to the and then what list. Like these are the things I have to choose from. I think the first thing I want to do is I want to choose all of my and then what's, like YouTube video. And then I also want to, I'm going to copy this and paste email. And I'm going to copy, cut, and then paste text. Watch this, you guys. And then I'm going to say birthday card, and I'm going to say voicemail. And then I'm going to say, um, uh, what are other ones? Let's do opening up a lesson to them. Okay. Inviting them to a social group. And then I can take these and I can duplicate them so that I have one set for every group. And then I can say, okay, first I want to do the YouTube video, and then I want to do a card. And then maybe I want to do a voicemail. And then I want to do an email. and then I want to do a text, blah, 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 blah. Just plan it out. Plan it out, and if you're working with us, give us your order and we'll create the workflows for you. You want to do this before, during, and after visit one. You want to do this for partnerships, and you want to do this for people who have left the practice. Okay. I want to show you one more thing just to tie it all together for you guys. So this is actually really cool. I'm going to share my screen again. Okay, so I'm going to talk about Lead Pilot. If you guys know what this is, it will just tie it together. So an example of this coming to life. Jane app, which is my EHR, doesn't say, "Hey Jody, somebody just booked as a new patient." I don't get that notification anywhere. And I want that notification. I want to know that. So that would be something else I would add to the Miro board, is like a Slack message or a text message to me, right? Um, because you guys, what I want you to see is the the here, look at the list of what you can add. These are all of the freaking things that you can add to an automation. It goes, I don't know what 60% of these are. I just use text, email, voicemail drop. I use the same thing over and over, and it is absolutely on my wish list to do a deep dive on this. I've been to the conventions to go over this. I still don't know what half of this stuff is. Okay. So this is my favorite automation. It is hands down a game changer. I got to a point where I was really busy with Staffless Practice, and I'm also running a private practice. And I was starting to feel like there were people coming to my office and wasting my time, and I was wasting theirs. We were no longer in fair exchange on the flywheel. They were coming, they were paying me $200 to recognize that I'm not their person. And then I'm like, let me just give you your $200 back, and you can go to Bob down the street and blah, blah, blah. And that happened like twice. And I'm like, I need a system for this. And what I've learned is if I need it, you guys need it too, because I'm out there pounding pavement in practice with you, right? So I created the Lead Pilot system, and this is the way it goes. Now, if somebody is interested in my care, and I have two of these in an hour from now, if someone is interested in my care, they go to my website, they click first visit, start here. It goes into a voicemail a video sales letter. Here's me talking about what I do and what I don't do, time, energy, money. And here are their biggest concerns. Will it hurt? Is it going to cost a lot? And will it take forever? Here are my tests. They're the main things that people want to see in front of them before they click yes. Okay? These are the things that they're thinking. Where are her reviews? Is she good at what she does? Is it going to cost a lot? Is it going to hurt me? This is what people are thinking when they come to my office. And then I give them a little bit of something, and they give me a little bit of something. I'm giving them a 15-minute telehealth. Then what happens is they give me their name, their phone number, and their email, and everything from here is automated. They get the voicemail, they get the text, they get the email. The next day, they get another email, another text message. 20 minutes before the appointment, they get the email, they get the text message. And what I'm saying to you is all of that happens in a workflow. I need to remember what is included in that workflow. So keep it in front of you. If you're just starting this journey now, keep a piece of paper in front of you and highlight every trigger of every workflow. It's going to make your life a lot easier. I'll also let you know, if you're not already knee deep in our world, we've got a done by you where we set it up for you and say, here you go, have fun. A done with you where we set it up and we run it for you, or a done for you where you don't even need to know that it's existing. It's like it happens in your sleep. Okay, that's everything I wanted to go over today. I'm going to stop recording and take questions. If you're watching the recording of this, go make the world better with great.